Sitting in your medicine cabinet right now is a brown bottle that probably cost you about $2. You bought it to clean a scrape, and it's been gathering dust ever since. Meanwhile, garden centers sell specialized chemical fungicides and pesticides that can cost $20 or $30 a bottle to achieve the exact same results. Retail garden centers have no real incentive to point out this discrepancy. Their business model relies on selling you a highly specific, premium-priced chemical for every individual problem your plants encounter, even when a bottle of pocket change can outperform many of the specialized fungal and pest treatments on their shelves. Effectiveness is basic chemistry. Water is H2O. Hydrogen peroxide has an extra unstable oxygen atom, H2O2. Contacting a fungus cell releases this oxygen in a volatile burst, rupturing the pathogen. It then completely breaks down into harmless water and oxygen gas, leaving zero toxic residue. Armed with that specific, powerful oxidizing reaction, you can replace a significant portion of your specialized chemical sprays. This single, powerful molecule can be used for reliable protection and maintenance at almost every stage of a plant's life cycle. Before a plant even enters the soil, it faces invisible threats. Reused potting soil and dirty gardening tools harbor dormant fungal spores and bacteria from previous seasons. If you skip sanitizing them, you are planting your new seedlings directly into a pathogen colony. You can safely reuse old potting mix by running a sterilization drench. Mixing 1 cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide per gallon of water and thoroughly drenching the soil helps destroy those dormant pathogens. After letting it sit for 24 to 48 hours to break down, the soil is ready for fresh planting. Your tools require the same attention. A quick pass across your pruning shears with undiluted 3% peroxide between cuts prevents you from accidentally transferring a disease from an infected plant to a healthy one. Moving to the seeds themselves, gardeners often wait weeks for expensive seeds to sprout, only to find they've rotted in the dirt. Surface mold outcompeting the embryo, or a naturally hard seed coat blocking moisture are common reasons for germination failure. A pre-soak protocol helps address both issues. Soaking your seeds in a mix of 1.5 teaspoons of peroxide per cup of water for 30 minutes sanitizes the surface. The chemical reaction also helps soften that hard outer shell, allowing the embryo to access moisture quickly and accelerating the sprouting process. By treating the soil, the tools, and the seeds, before you even begin, you establish a cleaner foundation for growth. This preemptive cleanup increases the baseline survival rate of everything you plant. Once your plants are growing, they benefit from an effect often seen after heavy rain. While lightning storms primarily surge growth by fixing nitrogen into the soil, they also create trace peroxides in the atmosphere that get carried to the ground, providing a unique oxygenation boost to the root zone. You can replicate this oxygenating effect with a maintenance drench. Mixing 4 tablespoons of peroxide into a liter of water and applying it to your soil pushes pure oxygen into compacted earth. Roots in an oxygen-rich environment are more metabolically efficient at pulling in nutrients. Above ground, the plant faces a different set of challenges. Pathogens like powdery mildew, rust, and soft-bodied pests like aphids can quickly colonize vulnerable leaf tissue. To defend against them, use this preventative ratio. Mixing half a cup of 3% hydrogen peroxide into 1 gallon of water creates a maintenance spray. Applied regularly, it creates a hostile, oxidizing environment on the leaf surface that makes it difficult for spores or pests to establish themselves. If a fungal infection has already taken hold, you need the active treatment ratio. Increase the concentration to 8 to 12 tablespoons per gallon. You must spray the affected plant thoroughly for 3 consecutive days to interrupt the pathogen's reproductive cycle. Keep in mind the mechanism we covered earlier. Hydrogen peroxide is a contact treatment, not a systemic poison. It only destroys the cells it touches, so coating the stems and the undersides of leaves, where spores often hide from the sun, is a requirement for the spray to work. Consistent oxygenation at the roots and direct contact killing on the leaves helps prevent minor pest and fungal annoyances from evolving into season-ending outbreaks. Even with good maintenance, overwatering can trigger root rot. This is an anaerobic condition where waterlogged soil suffocates roots, allowing pathogens like Pythium to thrive in the low-oxygen environment. This creates a paradoxical symptom, as seen here. The plant is severely wilting and drooping, as if it were thirsty, even though the soil is visibly soaking wet. Because the roots are rotting, they physically cannot absorb the water surrounding them. To rescue it, you have to physically intervene. Pull the plant from the pot, wash off the old soil, and use sterilized shears to cut away every root that is dark, mushy, or smells sour. Next, you apply a chemical rescue bath. Submerge the remaining healthy roots in a mixture of 1 part peroxide to 2 parts water for 5 to 10 minutes. The vigorous fizzing you see is the immediate oxidation and destruction of the anaerobic pathogens on the root surface. Finally, you must repot the plant into completely fresh, well-draining soil. Reusing the soggy, contaminated dirt you just removed will instantly reinfect the vulnerable roots and undo the entire rescue. While most gardeners would throw a waterlogged plant in the trash, applying aggressive chemical oxidation directly to the infection site can help resurrect a root system that otherwise would have been lost. There is a scientific trade-off to this approach. Because hydrogen peroxide is an indiscriminate oxidizer, heavy root treatments will destroy the harmful root rot fungi, but they will also impact the beneficial microbes and fungi living in your soil. If you run a heavy soil drench, you should follow up with an aftercare protocol. In the weeks following the treatment, rebuild that biological community by adding a layer of compost or using a mycorrhizal inoculant to restore the soil's natural health. You also need to observe strict safety rules. Never use 35% food-grade peroxide without extreme dilution. It is corrosive and will burn your skin and your plants on contact. Always patch test delicate leaves before a full spray, and avoid spraying under direct UV sunlight, which causes the peroxide to degrade before it can work. For those growing edible crops, food safety is the ultimate advantage. Unlike synthetic chemicals that require pre-harvest intervals of several days or weeks, hydrogen peroxide degrades completely into water and oxygen. It leaves no toxic residue on your vegetables, meaning you can harvest without concern. Maintaining a healthy garden doesn't require a high-priced chemical inventory. By using the basic chemistry of a $2 household staple, you can manage pests and pathogens while keeping your garden free of synthetic chemical buildup.